Hello. I recorded this video already, but it was before dinner and I was really hungry and I just couldn't function. So I decided to record it again. And as you can see, I am wearing an outfit that matches the color of my comic strip of this week a bit. So I'm trying to keep that going because it looks nice. But this week I made a comic strip that said I was the most insecure about my stutter when I sounded fluent to everyone else. Sounded? Yeah. Because I was thinking about this because in my experience, sometimes the people who stutter that struggle the most with their stutter, they actually sound the most fluent sometimes, and this is because they hide their stutter and they spend all the time thinking in their head to hide, like to avoid certain words and avoid situations and avoid, and they're just thinking about what they're going to say like all the time, and this is why they come across as fluent, but they're actually like worrying the most about stuttering sometimes. And I was thinking about this because I just wanted to put that out there for people to think about, because sometimes it seems that someone is fluent, but they can still be struggling with their stutter. This is also from my own experience, because when I was the most insecure, it was in high school, and I basically sounded fluent to everyone else because I was hiding my stutter all the time. But it was on my mind like all day, like I was avoiding everything. Like I didn't even drink water at school so that I didn't have to go to the toilet, so I didn't have to ask to go to the toilet. So I was doing like everything in my day to try and avoid speaking, and I sounded fluent to everyone else, but I was stuttering in my head, like I was thinking about it all the time. So this is also why I don't see fluency as a success, because when I was at my most fluent, almost, I was also the most insecure about my speech. And now, while I stutter a pretty decent amount, I feel way more comfortable in my own skin and just like stuttering in front of a camera, or ordering food and picking up the phone, or making a phone call. Like I can do all those things now, and I feel way more comfortable doing them. And I was hiding and I was avoiding those things when I sounded more fluent. I hope I'm still making sense. And what's also something interesting is that I remember when I met people who stutter for the first time in a big group, there were also some people that didn't even stutter that much. Like you barely heard them stutter. And I was in the beginning like, why are they here? Because they don't stutter. Like I was almost feeling a bit like I didn't trust them, because I was like, why are you here if you don't stutter? But now I know that those people often are struggling the most, or sometimes. I don't want to generalize, but they seem fluent on the outside, but if they go to stuttering meetings and they talk about their stutter, you can often hear that they are struggling a lot with hiding it and stuff. And also, I was thinking about this later. I often see these videos from stuttering therapies where they show the before and after of a person who stutters, like before going to the therapy and after going to therapy. And before the therapy that they stutter a lot, and after the therapy they sound fluent. And I see those videos and I'm like, yes, they are fluent in that video. Okay, nice. If that was their goal, but it's still only the speech part, and it's only one part that they filmed. Like we don't know what's going on after that, and most importantly, we don't know what's going on in their head, because I've heard some people that went to a specific therapy. They were more fluent afterwards, but they felt way more insecure about their speech after the therapy, because the therapies were kind of being hateful towards stuttering and like saying unhelpful things. So I don't know where I was going with this, but it's just something that I keep in mind sometimes when I see those videos, because it confuses me. And that's just something that I've been thinking about, because I heard about some people that went to a specific therapy and they were way more insecure after the therapy and way more hateful towards their stutter, and they sounded more fluent, but they were more insecure. So I'm like, is it really improvement if you are more fluent, but you are more insecure at the same time? So for me, I'd rather just stutter. And that's why my channel is called that. I feel like my English is so bad today, but I don't know. Okay, so that was this week's topic. And I also wanted to say I started my own Patreon page, which is for if people want to financially support me. So I'm basically I'm doing all these different things. Like I have a web shop where I sell merchandise, so I have to send out packages. I make 1 to 2 YouTube videos on my other channel, and I make 1 video on this channel every week. And I make a comic strip every week for this account on Instagram, and then also for another account. And I, of course, do freelance work. So I take on work. I don't know how to say that, but I do like graphic design things. And I'm trying all these different things. And I hope that in a year, because I'm trying it for a year, that in a year it will be enough to have a minimal, stable income. So it's just something that I'm trying out for if people want to financially support me on this project, because I don't earn money with all this stuff by itself, although it's starting a bit more now, because some stuttering organizations sometimes want to buy my work to use it for merch and stuff. So that's really cool, but I don't want people to pay to see my work. Like I still want my work to be available for free, but still I wanted to have the option if people want to support me financially, because I already get a lot of support from you guys, but just if you are just watching my video or following my Instagram or like leaving a nice comment, that's already support. So I'm grateful for that. I feel almost like if I'm looking in the lens that I'm making eye contact, and it makes me nervous. So yeah, I just wanted to say that. So yeah, this is this week's video. I hope you enjoyed it. And I think I will see you next week. Bye!